My name is Bill Howard, and today we're going to talk about how to set up a trail camera. There are two basic locations to set up a trail camera. One is on a food plot, like a field or a corn pile, and the other is on a trail where deer naturally funnel through. Today I've been out here scouting, and I found some tracks that come through here, and it funnels back up to a field. And that's basically where a trail cam gets its name from, because you're finding the trail and putting the camera on it. Basically, you want to have the camera set between 2.5 to 3 feet high, angled slightly downward. There are two types of cameras. One is a flash camera, and one is an infrared. And that's going to mean more when we get on the food plot side of it. This one here in particular is an infrared camera. So what we're trying to do, the way the tracks are leading, is coming from behind me across the creek, and it's flowing right straight toward the video camera here. So this camera should pick them up as they come through here, so I can see what kind of animals we got coming through and what times they're coming through. Just as we scout for tracks and trails and funnels inside the woods when setting up a trail camera on a trail, it pays off to scout the fields and look for deer tracks. In this particular corner, there's plenty of deer tracks where the deer are hitting this cornfield. What we want to determine with the camera is when the deer are in this part of the field. If they're coming through here at 7 in the morning during legal shooting time, then we've got a good spot to hunt. If they're coming out here at 1 in the morning and eating and grazing and then wandering off, we know this is not a good spot to hunt. But with the information we determine from the camera and tracing the tracks, we can determine whether we need to go down the field farther to where the deer are coming in, going back into the woods, or if we need to go back toward a bedding area that's farther up this way, so that we can get on the deer when it's legal to shoot them. One special note on the infrared cameras: this particular field, the sun rises over here to the east, sets over here to the west. If the camera is facing directly into either the sunset or the sunrise, it's possible for the infrared sensors not to pick up whether it's day or night properly, and so you can have what's called a whiteout effect. So it pays off to have it facing either the north or the south if possible. And setting up the parameters on your trail camera when you're on a trail, I do recommend setting the camera shots probably 2 or 3 in sequence, and have as minimal time between pictures as you can. The reason being, it is a trail, so the animals are traveling that trail and going on. So if you have the camera set where where it stalls between photos, there's a chance you're going to miss some of them that are coming through. Meanwhile, when you're on a field, on that I recommend maybe 2 or 3 shots consecutive, and then at least a 5-minute pause. The reason being, you don't want to have 400 pictures watching the same deer feed the same spot. You want to see what comes in and starts eating, moves on, and see what else is coming through the field. So on a trail cam, on an actual trail, set up the pictures where you have 2 or 3 burst shots and then a short pause between segments. And then on a feeding plot, you want to have 2 or 3 shots with a longer pause between segments.